Yo, it's your boy Slash back with another video. Today, I am back. Let's just say if you have a lot of stuff going on and it's like, all I'm gonna say is the last time y'all commented on that video was that Larry Bird video, and one of y'all spoke about, people pass. Um, it's kind of hard for you to like pass by that. If y'all get what I'm saying, I was about to bird, but y'all get what I'm saying. But I'm back, y'all. I need to stop doing off and on. I just have to get up and I'm not gonna lie, I've been lazy, like mad lazy. Um, we're gonna go ahead and get straight into it. Like I said, y'all been asking for basketball videos, and I'm not gonna lie. Who do y'all have right now is running rookie years? I got Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag might get it, but this video is not about him today. I already confirmed y'all might get a Cooper Flag vid. We got Dirk Nowitzki. Now, I know it's not too many people talk about Dirk like that, and not too many people talk about Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan is by far the most underrated player I have ever seen in my life. Tim Duncan got how many rings? 4. I think he lead this, but he actually, like, and people don't really put him in that conversation. I don't know why. He's mad underrated, but we're going to talk about Dirk Nowitzki. Now, Dirk Nowitzki is Dirk Nowitzki. I'm going to just leave it at that. If I had to say who he plays like, I can't say Larry Bird, but he played against LeBron, D. Wade, Chris Bosh. He had Jason Terry. Was Tyson Chandler playing at that time? I don't remember. Let's see. I'm going to just let this play. We're going to watch this together.
He delivered quite possibly the greatest individual playoff run in NBA history. A run and a season that defined his entire career.
Nowitzki again for the lead. Bang!
Y'all don't see that? Like, you can't tell me he didn't watch Larry Bird growing up. Like, I don't know.
For nearly a decade, Nowitzki was known as the guy who always came up short. When the chips were on the table, you can bet your ass he was gonna shrink away from the moment. To put it bluntly, he was a choker. But that was before 2011. In a run that saw him defeat a sneaky talented Portland team.
Brandon Roy, man. You're another what if, Brandon Roy. Bro. You know how perfect the NBA was around this time? D Rose, before the ACL. Westbrook, KD, Brandon Roy. You got, who are these other players? D Wade, LeBron. You got Kyrie coming on, Blake Griffin. Like, NBA was so good, like nostalgic good, and it's not even like nostalgia. It was just like that era was unmatched, bro. Chris Paul, Darren Williams. Bro, do I have to go on? Bro, like, LaMarcus Aldridge on the Blazers too. Kemba Walker. 2010's NBA was the best.
The two-time defending champions, a young nucleus in OKC.
See? KD, like.
And the greatest big three the league had ever seen, Dirk rewrote his entire legacy, silencing all narratives as he came alive in the clutch every single night en route to being crowned a champion. At a time where the NBA was teetering on an era of big threes and super teams, Dirk single-handedly beat the best of the past, the future, and the present in a title run that saw him float above all like a god.
The reason why, and I know this video is not about D-Rose, but I wish he would have got that ring. He probably would have got one if he didn't get injured. Because the reason why people be saying, well, I don't think he would have got one. Bro, the NBA was moving with so many different players on different teams. So I'm just saying, like, imagine D-Rose was still healthy and then KD just came to the Warriors. And let's just say D-Rose had way more help. They could have had a ring. I could be biased. I know y'all going to get on me in the comments. I just can't sit with that without D-Rose not having one. I just can't sit with it.
The time was now. In 2006, Dirk had finally broken through to the NBA Finals, set to face a Miami Heat squad led by a young Dwayne Wade and an older Shaquille O'Neal. With Nowitzki in the middle of his prime at 27 years old, Dallas had the advantage, taking a 2-0 series lead. The title was all but his, until the momentum snapped.
Damn, so Dirk could have had, damn, I didn't even know he went to the finals in 06. Damn. I ain't gonna lie. Young D Wade had a ring, and I'm not gonna lie. D Wade don't get that much praise either. They be forgetting, bro, was that shooting guard. He just came to the league in his 3rd year winning a ring. No, his 2002, 03. LeBron came in 03. Wade came in 03. Bro, just to sit here and think about it too, D Wade won a ring in his 3rd year.
The other
That's
way.
insane.
Miami won 4 straight games in a flash, shocking Dirk and the Mavs as they hoisted the Larry O'Brien trophy on their home floor. And to make matters worse, Dallas's collapse was followed by a media circus. Mark Cuban claimed the finals were rigged, Wade was getting every call, and of course, heavy criticism on one of the game's premier players who wasn't able to close it out. The noise was deafening and pointless. None of it was going to take the pain away, nor put a ring on Dirk's finger. However, in 2007, he managed to take the attention away from 2006 by one-upping himself. 07 was supposed to be Nowitzki's magnum opus. It was the most efficient season of his career. He captured his first MVP award, and the Mavericks set a franchise record with 67 wins. All that to lose to the 8th-seeded We Believe Warriors in the first round.
Damn, so Dirk was... Yo...
Just an unexplainable collapse by the NBA's #1 seed. And this marked the moment where Dirk became the league's piñata. Instead of receiving his MVP trophy in front of his home crowd in round 2, he received it at an awkward press conference, where the league began to take their shots at him. He was labeled a fraud, a choker, a soft European, and the following seasons didn't help him shake that reputation. 2008, a round 1 loss. 2009, a second round loss. 2010, 55 wins, the 2nd seed in the West, followed by an upset to the 7th-seeded Spurs in the first round. By this point, Dirk had embodied everything the world told him he was. A playoff ghost who melts under the bright lights. And now at 32 years old, time was running out on his career to rewrite the narrative. And the league wasn't slowing down either.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, using Dirk Nowitzki on 2K11, bro was overpowered. Yeah. We got any Dirk Nowitzki fans in the comments?
Throughout the 2011 season, the spotlight was on anyone but Dallas. During the offseason, Miami had done the unthinkable with the creation of their big 3. Oklahoma City's young trio was plastered across any highlight reel you can find, while Kobe and the defending champion Lakers ran the headlines as they chased the elusive three-peat.
I ain't gonna lie, I love Kobe, but Kobe, that last game against the Celtics, that last game 7, bro, y'all know Kobe had so many missed field goal attempts. Paul Gasol, I ain't gonna lie, he got that. Paul Gasol could have had... I'm not saying could have, but I think Paul Gasol should have had that Finals MVP. I'm not being biased, but bro, y'all was to go back and watch Game 7 of the Boston Celtics, you gotta go watch it. I love Kobe. He's in my top 5 favorite basketball players of all time. Kobe did not pass. It was 3 people open. Kobe had 4 people on him and didn't pass. Y'all gotta pull up his field goal percentage because I was just watching that the other day. I was like, bro, Derek Fisher and Paul Gasol, Ron Artest, they were actually in the game. Kobe did not care. Kobe did come up clutch last few minutes, but watching each quarter individually play by play, that wasn't a good performance. But
was flying under the radar with an older roster that featured just one superstar and role players past their prime.
And Game 7, Lakers versus Boston, was the lowest scored finals game I have ever saw in my life.
It was a perfect recipe to become overlooked. And yet, the Mavericks had a stellar regular season, winning 57 games as the 3rd seed in the West. But once again, no one cared. Due to their past failures, this meant nothing. It was their 11th straight 50-win season, and not once had it amounted to anything. The NBA was used to this. Regular season success, the phone rings in the postseason, and Dirk doesn't answer. We've seen this before. In the first round, a talented Portland squad led by LaMarcus Aldridge and Brandon Roy stood face to face with the German Wizard. who pulled off a little bit of magic in Game 1. With Dallas leading by 4 headed into the 4th, Dirk went ballistic for 18 in the frame to take a 1-0 series lead. In Game 2, up 1 headed into the 4th, the man gave the Blazers front row seats to another clinic with a flurry of mid-range jumpers that were wet like water. He drowned out Portland with 14 in the 4th. Dallas takes care of home court and go up 2-0. Out on the road at the Moda Center though, the Mavericks got stunned by Portland Stars, who went supernova to shockingly knot up the series at 2. History was repeating.
Bro, if y'all sitting here and thinking about, bro, this is by far the best the best series in 2011. You probably didn't know who was gonna win the finals that year either. If we're gonna sit here and be honest, everybody thought, okay, see, the Bulls could have had a chance. Bro, so many teams could have had a chance. Like, there was not really no horrible team back then. You can use anybody and make a prediction on anybody, but now it's like everybody knows who's gonna win. But back then, 2011 era, that's what I was talking about. Like, the era was so like unmatched. Like, you can actually watch this without getting bored. Like, the games. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Every year, Dallas collapses at this very moment. They get the momentum, lose control, and spiral into a playoff exit. This is who they are. However, Dirk, as aware as he's ever been of where he's at in his career, knew the window was closing. Another year couldn't be wasted. He has to come through. So, in a pivotal Game 5 in Dallas, with all the momentum in Portland's favor, Nowitzki shut down any doubt, pouring in 25 points in an 11-point win, followed by a 33-point, 11-rebound exclamation mark in Game 6 to win the series. The message sent by Dirk was heard league-wide. The dude wasn't playing around. However, the gauntlet had just begun. "35 months. That's how long it's been since
What's up with the up-tempo beat, bro?
the LA Lakers last lost a playoff series, as Dirk and the Mavericks were intent on dethroning the two-time defending champions, led by Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol. At home in Game 1, the champs were playing like the champs, taking a 16-point lead early in the third quarter. But, you know, this is a different Dallas team. They roared all the way back, led by Nowitzki with an arsenal of middies, fadeaways, threes, his patented leg kick and all. It was vintage Dirk, posting another.
I ain't gonna lie, that leg kick with the fade, it's cheese automatic. Like, if you get fouled because of that leg, bro, you getting free throws every time. When I tell y'all, like, his fadeaway is so overpowered. If y'all, who had the best fadeaway out of Kobe or Dirk or Jordan? Let's put them in order. And I'm not gonna lie, let's sit here and be really honest, cause y'all gonna say I don't think this is a comparison, bro. Dirk has the most efficient fadeaway, cause his leg is kicked up, so you won't be able to contest it. So if you do contest it, if he makes it, then it's an N1. If he misses, he's going to the free throw.
Another double-digit fourth quarter to sneak out a Game 1 win on the road. In Game 2, they kept their foot on the gas with another stunner to take both games in LA. Now back at the American Airlines Center, Dallas had the defending champs on the ropes. A 3-0 lead would spell death for the Lakers, and our boy wasn't about to let them breathe.
Nowitzki wide open for three. Dirk Nowitzki, he's too good of a shooter. Another breakdown. And another three. Playing him right up in on Nowitzki. Still knocks it down. Nowitzki. A three. Nowitzki, hand in his face, knocks it down. Let's go, he says. Nowitzki drives on Gasol, stops, left-handed, flips it up and in. What a shot from Nowitzki. And the Dallas Mavericks stun the Lakers and take a 3-0 lead.
How do you guard this dude? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
At 7 feet and a release point about a foot above his head, all you can do is pray he misses. And in Game 3, he wasn't. 32 points, 9 rebounds, and a 3-0 series lead. By that point, it was all she wrote. Dallas exploded for a 36-point win in Game 4 as they send shockwaves through the NBA, slaying the two-time defending champions in a 4-game sweep. Dirk is off to the Western Conference Finals for the first time since 2006, and awaiting him was the future. Standing between Dirk and a trip to the finals was a three-headed monster in OKC, led by Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and sixth man James Harden. 3 future MVPs, by the way. This was the future of the league. But Dirk couldn't care less. He was about to give these kids a history lesson.
Here's Ibaka on Nowitzki. Spins around and throws it down. Guys in their shooting range. Nowitzki remains.
How can y'all stop this, man? Like, bro, listen, I'm not gonna lie. I was like 6 at the time. I think I was playing 2K10 or 11. And I did kind of watch basketball a little bit, but I was more into games. And then I got into basketball more. When I tell y'all, Dirk can do everything at 7 foot. If he was able to have KD's ball handling, bro, you know how much a problem that would be? Porzingis, if he was healthier, you know how much a problem that would be? Like, we would have to see the what-ifs and see what would really happen, bro. Like, D-Rose, if he was healthier. Brandon Roy, if he was healthier. Man, I ain't gonna.
Nice miss. Nowitzki cutting to the basket. And a foul. He is putting on a shooting clinic. Nowitzki, little fake, pull up, puts it in. Motion, doing his best. Oh, he banks it in. A little bit of everything from Dirk. And Nowitzki taking away their will sometimes. Nowitzki, it's good. Oh, 46 points.
If I'm Serge Ibaka, I'm naming my first son Dirk.
That'll do it. The Dallas Mavericks take game 1 of the Western Conference Finals from a magnificent performance from Dirk Nowitzki. It's one of the all-time great NBA playoff performances.
48 points, 6 boards, 4 dimes, and 4 blocks on
Damn, 12 for 15, 24 for 24, yeah.
12 of 15 shooting, and 24 for 24 at the line. This is as close to a perfect shooting performance as you will ever see. I mean, did the ball even touch the rim on any of his shots? Dirk was straight cash. OKC's trio returned the favor in game.
Bro, I remember that dunk like it was yesterday, bro. Damn.
2 to tie the series, to which Dallas wasted no time stealing back home court advantage with a Game 3 win on the road, which was followed by another Nowitzki masterpiece. In Game 4, Dirk and the Mavs find themselves down 10 with 2.5 minutes to go, and the German wizard is about to tap into God mode. His top of the key 3 is cash. On the left side, he throws up a ridiculous off-balance shot while trying to draw a foul and makes it. On the next possession, he gives us a patented one-legged fade in the key, and Dallas is within 3. Now down 2 with 6 seconds left, Nowitzki gets fouled and proceeds to bury 2 cold-blooded free throws to get the game to OT. It was all Dirk. He got him to the extra frame, and the team brought him the rest of the way, outscoring the Thunder 11-4 in overtime to take a 3-1 series lead. Oh, and Dirk's final stat line? A 40-piece on 6.
12 for 20 is not that bad, but for having 40 points with 14 points in the fourth quarter, dude, 14, yeah, Dirk Nowitzki, you're gonna get we have to talk about him more.
60% shooting, 14 of those in the fourth quarter in OT. Clutch God. In the clincher back at home, Dallas found themselves down 2 with a minute to go, and guess who comes through? Dirk, bombing a 3 over the contest to take the lead, and the Mavericks never looked back. They are your Western Conference champions. 3 rounds in, and Dirk has seemingly destroyed all narratives about his past self. I mean, he's averaging 10 points per fourth quarter throughout these playoffs. It is astounding. The man is finals bound once again, with a chance to relinquish all shortcomings he's had, and he'll have to do so against his greatest demon.
What's up with me getting hit with ads, bro?
Apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible. Or Vibe.
Here we are again. Dirk and the Mavericks against D-Wade and the Heat in the NBA Finals. Except this time, the Flash had a couple helping hands. It wasn't the Diesel by his side, but rather the chosen one. 2-time league MVP LeBron James and all-NBA talent Chris Bosh. The big three, if you will, up against the one-man army in Dirk. And Game 1 showed us why the Heat were presumed champions from the first day of the season. The big three were beyond dominant to draw first blood, and the news that came out post-game really shook things up. It was announced that Dirk tore a tendon in his left middle finger after fouling Bosh late in the fourth quarter, as you could see him looking weirdly at his hand. Nowitzki told reporters that he couldn't straighten his finger, but would still be ready to go for Game 2, as he plans to wear a splint for the rest of the series. Keep in mind, this is a multi-week injury, but our man was on a mission. You'd have to kill him to take him out of these finals. Game 2 though proved to be more of the same. The Heat's star power was just too much for Dallas, finding themselves in a 15-point hole with 7 minutes to go in the fourth. But like they have all postseason long, the Mavericks flexed their resiliency. Out of nowhere, Jason Terry, Sean Marion, and Jason Kidd go berserk, cutting the lead to 4 with just under 3 minutes remaining, setting the table for the clutch god himself.
Mavericks fighting back. Nowitzki hooks it up, puts it in. 2-point game. It's a rebound. Tried to save it. Ball still loose. Picked up by Terry. A minute remaining. Here goes Marion. Back to Nowitzki. Lefty layup. Banks it in, and the game is tied. Terry to Nowitzki. Puts up the 3. Puts it in. Dallas goes up by 3 with 26.7 remaining. Now you have another threat. Can they finish off this extraordinary comeback? Chalmers wide open. Oh! Chalmers knocks down the 3 and ties the game. 7 to shoot. Nowitzki drives underneath lefty layup. Banks it in with 3.6 remaining. Miami out of timeouts, trailing by 2. James back to Wade. Wade puts it up for the win. Off the mark.
Yo, I would have got out my seat.
Dallas has tied the finals with one of the most incredible comebacks in NBA Finals history.
7 straight points by Dirk, capped off by a smooth lefty scoop with a torn tendon in that finger to win the game. The European ain't so soft now, and this series is tied at 1. In a packed house for Game 3, Nowitzki put on a show for the city, popping off for 34 points and 11 rebounds. 15 of those, of course, coming in the fourth quarter. 3 balls, a thunderous slam, and a classic Dirk fade over Haslam to tie the game with 1:40 to go. Chris Bosh responds with a jumper to put Miami up 2, giving Nowitzki 4 seconds and a chance to cap off his masterpiece.
Get it in. Up to Nowitzki. Haslam on him. Nowitzki spins. Head fake. Falling away. Shot won't go, and Miami holds on and takes game 3. And Miami comes back and wins again on the road, and they lead the finals 2-1.
I would have bet my life that that shot was going in, but it was too strong. Miami takes a 2-1 series lead, and now everything is on the line. On the cusp of a 3-1 series deficit entering Game 4, this was without question the most pivotal game of Nowitzki's career. And as if he wasn't already going through enough, he woke up on the morning of Game 4 with a 101-degree fever. The timing was just terrible. He showed up to shoot around drenched in sweat, And during the game, Nowitzki didn't play at all like himself. He looked exhausted, missing shots he'd made all postseason long. Thankfully, his teammates had his back, keeping the game tight into the final moments. And with 30 seconds left, up by 1, Dirk uses every ounce of energy in his body to get to the rim and scoop it home, pushing the Mavs lead to 3, and that would seal it. It simply didn't matter what this man was going through. He was gonna show up no matter what. The finals is now a best of 3. Coming off his fever game, fans were in awe of what Dirk was able to pull off, but the Heat, not so much. On the morning of Game 5, a video surfaced of LeBron and Wade in a back hallway after shoot-around, fake coughing and chuckling about it. They were mocking
Yo, like, why do they always be trolling together?
Nowitzki, insinuating he faked his illness. In a league built on respect, that
They be bro, like, they were some trolls together, bro.
right there crossed the line, giving Dirk and the Mavs extra motivation headed into a decisive Game 5. Fast forward to the 4:40 mark of the fourth, and Dwayne Wade nails the 3 to put Miami up 4. And for just a moment, it seemed like the Heat were going to take control of this series. That is until Dirk and his boys went nuts. Jason Terry cashes it from downtown to tie the game. Nowitzki flushes the slam as the crowd explodes. J-Kidd finds himself wide open from beyond the arc and makes no mistake. The lead is 5. Moments later, Terry pulls LeBron out into deep waters and splashes the 3-ball right in his eye, hitting his iconic airplane celebration. Game.
Yo, 2 years later, LeBron dunked on it. Yo, I can't say, bro. Y'all gotta see how LeBron looked at him, bro. Look.
5. Moments later, Terry pulls LeBron out into deep waters and
Bro, you Dollars, you frying me with your face.
splashes the 3-ball right in his eye, hitting his iconic airplane celebration.
Bro, 2 years later. Bro, when I tell you that's one of the craziest dunks I have ever saw in my life.
Game, set, match. These are the type of dig deep moments that you only get from a team that's learned from its past, that have built true grit through blood, sweat, and tears. All the pain has led them here, one win away from tasting gold.
Caitlin Clark from the logo.
Life would be easier if I could do everything from the logo.
Allow me to assist.
The match. Now that's a tomato. Sheboygan.
The answer is Sheboygan.
State Farm with the assist.
Get the new Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra for $0. No trade-in needed.
Since the start of the postseason, the Mavericks have said the time is now. Well, the time can be now.
Welcome to the American Airlines Arena for Game 6 of the 2011 NBA Finals.
Down in South Beach with an NBA title on the line, Dirk was just hours away from rewriting the narrative on his career and cementing himself as one of the all-time greats. However, the nerves were clearly there. Nowitzki was ice cold, putting up just 3 points on 1 of 12 shooting in the first half.
Damn.
But thanks to Jason Terry, Dallas leads by 2 at halftime, giving Dirk time to reset, calm himself, and put this big 3 away. In the third, he came out with his head on fire, hitting nothing but nylon 10 seconds into the quarter. He follows it up with a majestic off-balance midi and then bangs a 3-ball to go up 6. He's got it rolling now. The lead is 9 headed into the fourth, a quarter where Dirk has taken his game to a different stratosphere all playoff long. The once labeled soft, choker, weak European who disappeared when it mattered most was about to put the finishing touches on a legacy that's been questioned for far too long.
Terry to Nowitzki. Nowitzki, open jump shot, knocks it down. Kidd to Chandler. Chandler brings it back out. Nowitzki on the pull-up, puts it in. 10-point game with 3:40 to play.
What's up with this music in the back? Can someone please tell me what's up with the music in the back? Usually this is not me.
Elevating his status amongst the NBA's greats. Nowitzki hooks it up, puts it in. Dirk Nowitzki makes it a 10-point game. Nowitzki, left hand, lays it in, and it's 103-92. And that should do it for the Dallas Mavericks. And the celebration will begin. The Dallas Mavericks are NBA champions. The first title in franchise history. The emotions of Dirk Nowitzki, what he's always dreamed of, hoping to have another chance.
And can it eliminate once and for all the softness question? There's nothing soft and never has been about Dirk Nowitzki.
And the MVP of this series.
All right, yo. I can't. This music is kind of like slowly pissing me off. Listen, if y'all enjoyed that video, man, Dirk is a legend at the end of the day. If y'all enjoyed that video, y'all let me know. Y'all like, follow, and comment on what y'all thoughts are. It's your boy Slash. I'm out. Peace.